Hey now.
Look around. And Fuzzy, we're going to talk a little bit about the mechanics at play in the system. It's very different from the other systems. Just take a moment to appreciate the beautiful visuals in there. And I'd be very interested to see what other players are currently doing.
Can we move down one?
We have the overview up. We see that there's a bunch of players jumping in with us. Could you hover over this effect that's going on? Can you talk to me a little bit about what this is?
Yes, indeed. The UI seems to be indicating that we are currently protected from something called the Zarzak gravity hazard. And I think a little bit later, very soon in the stream, we may explore what happens when we are no longer protected from the Zarzak gravity hazard. But in this system, you see a lot of players, but you also see there are the 4 stargates you might have expected, and the station on the overview, as well as 1 beacon for a site as well.
You also seem to be inside of somewhat of a bubble effect there. Could you look around a little bit more and see what other players are currently doing?
Yeah, we have players warping around, we have players exploring the space here. Let's see if I can take a look at this malediction here. Currently zipping around beside the Stargate.
What is the security status of the system that you're in?
It is -1, so this is a null-sec system. One thing that players who are paying attention to some of the text strings in the game will have noticed is there are going to be elements in this system that kind of straddle the line a little bit between null-sec and low-sec. As the storyline advances over the next few weeks, there will be eventually some NPCs that act somewhat like low-sec gate guns. They're not going to be like Concord. They won't have anywhere close to that kind of power, but there will be consequences if you were to shoot random people. However, if you were to shoot an enemy of the Deathless will be very happy for you to do that, and no consequences from them on that regard at all.
I'm interested in these people who seem to be skirting the outside of this circle you're inside.
That guy warped away.
Where are they warping over to?
I think a lot of people are warping to the station. What do you think? Should we check out the station?
Yeah!
That's a cool work on it to me. Very nice. Oh, Jesus.
Woo! Yeah!
What do you think?
Welcome to the Fulcrum.
You seem to be in a gigantic cloud and hovering over a gigantic object. What is that underneath you there?
What is underneath here is a station. This station is known as the Fulcrum. At this time, it only allows docking to capsuleers who have +10 standings with the Deathless Circle, which of course no one has. But I expect that may change in the future. Oh, up here you can see clearly, this is a system that if you look on the map, you'll notice it's beside a black hole known as the point of no return. Let's see if I can find it again here. There it is. And that is the source of much of the very hazardous environment in this system, as well as being clearly visible in the skybox. Now, what makes this location very hazardous at the moment is all the other players here.
Yeah!
First time?
See off in the distance here, remnants of Joe observatories. Very similar to what we've seen in many locations in known space over the years. This system is filled with gas and clouds and with a very dangerous environment outside of certain safe zones. So at the Stargates and at some other limited locations like this station, you are protected from the gravity hazard. But let's dip outside and see what happens, shall we?
I'm sure you'll be fine in a Polaris Corvette.
Actually, you'd be surprised. This is a system that does have essentially a boundary area. When you cross it, you will begin to take hull damage directly due to what's known as the gravity hazard. This hull damage is a percentage of the ship's hull, so even being in a high resistance, high HP ship like a Polaris ship will not fully protect you. Notably, unlike the Abyss, it doesn't scale based on your distance from the center, from the distance from the edge here. Instead, it scales based on how long you've been outside. So you'll start to take a little bit of damage when you dip out, and that damage will escalate as you spend more time outside in the gravity hazard. This is quite a large safe zone here, so I'm zipping towards the edge down, and we'll get to see some special effects in a moment there. But yes, this is, of course, a gorgeous star system. Oh, you can see that
See that you're nearing the edge there.
my ship UI is doing its best to warn me about what I'm about to hit here. What do you think? I should just approach a black hole? That's safe, right?
Through you go.
So now my protection from the gravity hazard is expiring. A few moments of grace period to let you know that you can get back into safety if you want. And now, I'm being damaged by the gravity hazard.
Note that you're not taking any damage to your shield or your armor, but it's going straight to your hull.
And it will eat through even the protection of this ship. So I'm not going to explode at this moment, because then you won't get to see the rest of the system. So I'm going to head my way back in here towards the fulcrum. And you'll also notice that once you get out here, the clouds become much more severe. So the safe zones are also the place with the most visual clarity as well. This is not...
I'm not sure if
How are you going to make it?
You better run.
Activating vulnerability!
Don't take Zarzak.
As I intended, of course.
Can we see a bit more of the station?
Yes, we can indeed. So here I am beside the edge of the station. And I'll fly down towards the opening a little bit. You'll see the station has clouds surrounding it as well. In fact, actually, here we go. I will show info on it. For anyone that wants to take a look, you can link to the station now. This is text that has been available in the game for a little bit. And learn a little bit more about it. And the station is controlled at this point by the Deathless Circle.
I think we only have a little bit of time left in here, CCP Fuzzy. Can we go take a look at the site before we...
So what I'm going to do is show you one more location. So first I'm going to go ahead and warp to another gate. As we are down here by the station. Again, showing you one more spot.
This is a very soupy warp tunnel.
Going through the clouds, yeah.
Yeah. Here you go. And then let's head to the sun. Those of you who are very lore perceptive will have noticed this is an A0 sun, which means things.
Oh, it's one of the blue suns. Woo!
And some of you may also recognize that.
That looks like a familiar sight.
This is a fully intact Joe Observatory and a under construction Deathless Shipcaster.
Oh.
So what we've
Making
this thing here
shipcasters
is
relevant. Huh.
Jovian, intact Jovian infrastructure projects safe zones around itself.
All right, I think we're going to have to wrap it up there. But we're about to find out a lot more about what's happening with this in the EVE Online keynote.
Yes, indeed. And also in the presentations and panels tomorrow.
Yes.
And a reminder, none of you who are here in the audience are missing anything that you won't be able to see as soon as you get home. There will be more things that happen in this system, but not until there's been plenty of time for people to arrive back home after FanFest.
All right. Thank you to my panel of experts. That doesn't include me, of course. And back to you, Alton.